people, 5 aces here. Now as you can see, I'm not 5 aces, I'm NoobMapMaker. Just for once I'll be hosting a video on 5 aces channel, because this is the video about the play of the season for the Red Alert Global League Season 2. We've been wanting to put out this video way earlier because Season 2 has ended quite a while ago. But unfortunately we were both busy in real life and busy with OpenRA projects. So this has lagged a little and we apologize for the delay, but we do want to finish it. So finally here is the video with all the nominees for the play of the season of the Red Alert Global League Season 2. And I would love to have 5 aces do the commentary, because he is one of the pro players and expert players in the Red Alert scene, the OpenRA scene, and he can give insights that I cannot give because, well, I didn't choose my name NoobMapMaker for no reason. I'm really not that good. However, I will try to give you some fun commentary, and I hope you will enjoy the video. And and I'll explain a little bit about the play of the season, what's the purpose and how it works. And meanwhile, let's go to the first nominee, the game you're spectating right now. It's Kyrylo versus J-Man. Gorillo in pink purplish versus J-Man in red, and it's played on the map Desert Red. Gorillo has already gave J-Man a forceful blow in his main base. No pun intended. So J-Man is already a little bit crippled, but he's far from hopeless, as he has an expansion. As you can see on the minimap, he has an expansion in the southwest of the map, and Kyrylo also has an expansion. But he's he is nominated. Kyrylo is nominated for the first play as the first nominee for the play of the season because of his use of the Chronotanks. And the Chronotanks are units that are very difficult to use. They're micro heavy. You need to click a lot, and so that makes them difficult. But they are very powerful if they're used correctly. And Kyrylo did use them correctly in this game, and that's what gave him a nomination. So let's have a look at the game. Kyrylo has just a couple Chronotanks at the moment, but some more are coming in. Also, you can see in the north there is a group of mechanics, and mechanics are great units. I should build them much more, because basically they're just mini surface depots that are walking around on the battlefield, and all you have to do is put them next to your tanks, and they'll slowly heal them back to full health. And what Gorillo did in this game is he built a whole bunch of them and basically made them follow the Chronotanks, repairing them every time. And well, I switched to Kyrylo's view here, so you can see a bit what he sees. And well, J-Man tries to scare the Chronotanks with a small infantry blob, and he tries to counter with his hinds, but Kyrylo has a counter with the longbows. One gets sniped by the AA. And well, we'll see J-Man also putting out a small attack, but there are just too many units by Gorillo at this time. And again, I'll switch to Gorillo's view, so you'll see what he sees. J-Man has a small attack force, retreats to the base, but Gorillo chronos in his Chronotanks, cutting off the escape route, picking off all the infantry and one tank. And it may not be a lot, but it's just a little edge, taking off some units that would otherwise have merged with his with J-Man's other army, and just taking off the edge a bit, which, well, is just really, all those small things add up. And here he takes off 2 harvesters. He loses one of the Chronotanks to the artillery, picks off a turret, and then retreats. So what Gorillo does so well, and Kyrylo is of course a well-known strong player, what he does so well is harassing J-Man on one side, picking off some units, some buildings, retreat, get them repaired. So Kyrylo is nominated for his excellent microing with the Chronotanks and unit preservation, and that made him well win this game. I think he was strong anyway in this game, but you gotta you can stand strong. Picks off a hind with the longbows, but you can already have an advantage in the game, but you gotta turn it into a win, and that's what Kyrylo did very well with the Chronotanks. And I'm curious because J-Man tries to counter the Chronotanks with some hinds, and Kyrylo counters those with the longbows. But if any of you has an idea how should you deal with this many Chronotanks? What's a good counter? If you know, comment. Let's know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, because I wouldn't know how to play against this, and it must have been quite frustrating for J-Man. Little shout out to J-Man, because he was my teammate in the tag team tournament. I think we lost everything, but it didn't matter because we were a great team. But it must have been a frustrating game for him, everything getting picked off, trying to find a way to counter those Chronotanks, but not being able to. And again, Kyrylo chronos them back, and back they go to their mechanics to revitalize. So at this point, yeah, I think it's pretty much one for Gorillo. So a little bit more about the play of the season. The play of the season is a way to collect the most good games, the most spectacular or good games from the Red Alert Global League that is organized by SoScared. It's obviously you guys know about it because you watch 5aces videos. But there's the Global League with lots of awesome games, but I want to see the best of the best from those games. And we try to collect them with the play of the season. We award a whole $20 for whoever made the most daring play, the best comeback, great micro of units. But it can also be something funny or some freak accident. It can be whatever. People have nominated plays during the season, and from those nominees we made a selection, and you're watching a video right now with a selection of those nominees. And well, Gorillo is the first nominee, and his use of Chronotanks like this. Just seconds ago there was an entire army with infantry in a tank, and all are crushed and vaporized. So it's use of the Chronotanks like that gave Gorillo the nominee. So how are we gonna select the winner? Check this video, watch all the nominees, and select your favorite. Go to the Sleipnir forum, www.sleipnirstuff.com. Vote in the poll. In the upcoming week you can vote for your favorite, and whoever get the most votes win. I sped it up. Units are dying with high-pitched voices, very cute. And J-Man surrenders. GG to Gorillo, and we're on to the second nominee. It's Medium Tank versus Ham. And it's played on Sidestep, a very popular map. And Medium Tank in yellow tries to capture the war factory. Well, he doesn't really try to capture it, he resets the production, something, a bug that became a feature, but it's fixed in the currently release. However, Medium Tank in yellow was nominated for his use of the mine layer. As you can see now, Hemp could have spotted, if he was paying attention here, could have spotted the mine layer, but it was just half a second in the periphery of the vision, so I don't think he has seen the mine layer. I've sped up the video a little bit here because it takes quite a while to reload and whatever. Medium Tank again sends his mine layer to mine off the ore patch. And last season that was a relatively new move to well, attack the eco lines of the opposing player by mining off an ore patch. And well, Medium Tank pulled it off in this game, and as we will see, there's another funny thing. So if you watch the mini-map on the radar, you'll see that Medium Tank has an expansion in the northeast, and this is the first expansion by Hemp. Medium Tank is attacking the main base by Hemp, and unfortunately for Hemp, his army is not anywhere near. So Medium Tank is able to pick off some buildings. Hemp is forced to retreat his army to help defending, but we will zoom in on the harvester dancing with the mines. And I'll take a sip from my coffee. And just look at the harvester and well, he eats one mine. But it's what are the odds that it's not eating any other mine? It's mining on every patch on the ore field, but not on the mines. So that's funny, and that's what also gave Medium Tank the nomination. Meanwhile, Hemp is base crawling and attacks the main base of Medium Tank. And the harvester is just happily mining, not knowing that there are any mines. But there you go. It can only last for so long. Okay, so meanwhile, Medium Tank is also attacking the main base. Not base crawling, but Hemp doesn't seem to know, or he has given up his base. In strong contrast to Medium Tank's base, where there's a heavy fight. Medium Tank is defending, and although Hemp has a lot of units, it's a difficult battle. But in Hemp's main base, Medium Tank can destroy whatever he wants. So Hemp retreats the harvesters and sends them to his outpost, but not knowing what dangers lure in the ore field. So I think Medium Tank already had a strong edge, a small edge in the beginning with first an expansion, later on a stronger edge, but mining off the ore patch, which has killed a bunch of harvesters, and that's the nail in the coffin, and Hemp loses this game. Well done by Medium Tank, the second nominee. If you like this nominee, go to the Sleipnir forum and vote for it. GG by Hemp, and Hemp surrenders. Our third nominee is Smitty in orange versus Lucas in blue. It's played on the Northwest Passage, a much hated map by many of the Global League players. However, it does give some fun games, as we will see in this video. Lucas in blue expands very early on, very close to the base of Smitty. Smitty did move his MCV, but not even remotely as far. And he builds a ranger for vision. And here I switch to Smitty's vision, and as you can see, he did spot the construction yard. He didn't move on. I think that was intentionally, because he didn't want to show Lucas that he spotted the surprise attack. So let Lucas, that's perhaps Sun Tzu has given advice on them. Don't, read Sun Tzu. I don't know what he said about it. However, so Smitty did discover the sneaky expansion. Lucas putting pressure on the ore patch, and meanwhile Smitty is gathering his units on the other side. He doesn't go for a full frontal attack, but he is going around it. And Lucas attacks on the wrong moment. The harvesters are retreating. Smitty has some pillboxes ready, which force the infantry to go back. And meanwhile, Smitty is going for the original base of Lucas, because he knows there is no MCV, which means no support or hardly any support by static defense. So that could be an easy kill. And well, and even though there's Lucas easily forces Smitty to retreat there, but even though there's not a lot, it would be good to take it off, as it's an economical motor for Lucas. So destroying that would be nice. Instead, he goes for an attack in the backyard of Lucas. Tries to pick off a harvester, but there are just way too many infantry who pick off the unit. Lucas is currently a Master League player, and I just watched a couple games by him against 5 Aces, and I think, spoiler, he won both. So that's he is a very good player as well. And of course, Smitty is a well-known player as well. He frequently plays on Rashiwi's stream with Rashiwi on their Fermented Fridays, having a laugh, having a drink, but at the same time play really good games, as they are all very strong competitive players. So it's fun to watch, but also quality games. Check them out if you got time. Meanwhile, Lucas is forcing Smitty to retreat from his main base. Lucas is base pushing, and Smitty has moved his original MCV, and he went out with an army to put some pressure somewhere else on Lucas. If you can't win on one side, at least try to put some pressure on another side, so the other player has to respond. And we'll see that Lucas is basically base pushing with only static defense. He just put some Teslas and flamethrowers and let them do the job. Meanwhile, Smitty finally has a sizable army to destroy the original base of Lucas. And there's not much to defend it, so I think he will, yes, he will succeed. And here we have Lucas throwing up the static defense and slowly eating away the original base. But at the same time, Smitty has also destroyed the main base of Lucas. So Lucas lost some economy there, as he had some harvesters. But meanwhile, Smitty is losing his entire tech tree. That's the war factory that was just destroyed. Well, basically all the other buildings are rendered useless, and he is thrown back to the Dark Ages, and he has to deal with that. There's a lonely barrack that's getting picked off by Lucas, and as you could see, he still hasn't spotted the expansion of Smitty in the west. And he does find a bunch of harvesters. It's their secret mating grounds, and he found them, well, denying the harvesting, and the harvesters are sent in to crush the infantry. But well, Lucas picked some of the harvesters off and not denying them to harvest, so that's it's costly for Smitty. But at the same time, basically Lucas has lost his entire army and is forced to sell off his original base. And we have a... My cat just jumped on... never mind. Okay, so Smitty has lost his original base. Did destroy Lucas' original base, but he only has small expansions, and it's looking bleak for him. But he's far from out. He has a sizable army in the south, decides to attack the harvesters, and unfortunately for Lucas, he doesn't really have an army at all. So, and he doesn't know where the base is, and here he discovers Smitty's base. But as you will see in the southwest, something else happening. Smitty is attacking Lucas's harvesters, and with quite the army as well. Lucas probably was surprised here, so he's forced to retreat. Well, by now Smitty already has a service depot, he has his war factory back out, the economy is doing fine again. So by now it's looking not so good anymore, and Lucas doesn't have that much. He has a bunch of Tesla coils in the north, and other than that he has some ore refineries that are way too far from the patches. His army is getting destroyed. He has a nasty concave and he loses everything, so it's starting to look very difficult for him. And it's hard to tell what went wrong, because I think he did basically everything right, but perhaps he should have sent at least a couple rocket infantry to support his Teslas, so that the main base was destroyed much quicker, giving Smitty less time to recuperate in his secret expansion. And by now it's more or less over, I think. Smitty has a strong army, picking off harvesters that Lucas really needs. He also has expanded to the original base where Lucas started out his game, and basically Lucas got, well, one base and nothing in return. So it's starting to look difficult. If you liked the comeback by Smitty, go to the Sleipnir forum and vote for this one. Also, we're doing the same thing for the Red Alert Global League Season 3, because we're already almost halfway in the Season 3. If you wanna nominate a game, go to the Sleipnir forum and let me know on in the specific thread about the play of the season, and I'll add it to the list. And then we'll, at the end of the season, we'll make another video like this, and you can vote on your favorite nominee. So Lucas tries to expand. His last MCV is picked off, and it's bye time. Speed up the video. Infantry is getting picked off, and it's GG. Lucas surrenders. Okay, something went a little wrong, however. The fourth nominee, it's Gatekeeper versus 5 aces in the green and Gatekeeper in red. It's on the map Winter Storm, a map that is used in the Red Alert Global League Season 3 as well, but with many changes, and for the good, I believe. And Gatekeeper made a nice move. He made a surprise expansion close to the natural expansion of 5 aces, but 5 aces had an APC running into the expansion and quickly spots some buildings, so he knows what is up. But Gatekeeper is Gatekeeper, and he doesn't wait. He pushes immediately with his MCV, and there we go. Gatekeeper is a very aggressive player. He won the play of the season for the first season of the Red Alert Global League, and he won with a great comeback. Check out Soscared's YouTube channel and search for the play of the season, and you'll see how he was forced to sell off his entire main base, but he was able to come back and win. So congrats to him for winning the first play of the season of Season 1. In here, he's base pushing. 5 aces was trying to wall off the turret and protect his own Tesla with a wall quite successfully, but not good enough because he's forced to sell off everything. And Gatekeeper wins this clash, and it's a valuable win because he destroys the oil derricks while keeping his own oil derrick, so that's a little economical advantage. And at the same time he puts back 5 aces a lot because he had to sell off his entire base and is not able to mine from his natural expansion. So 5 aces forced to retreat to another expansion, and what gave Gatekeeper the 4th nomination is that Gatekeeper didn't await. He immediately also packed his MCV. He probably guessed that 5 aces only had 1 place to go, so he decided to also pack up his stuff, pack up his MCV and move to the expansion as well. And as you can see, 5 aces has no idea that Gatekeeper made this move. So it's a very, well, it's a risky move, but it's also some risk payoff, and as we'll see, Gatekeeper took a lot of risk, and it will pay off for him. And he is nominated because in this game he had never built a service depot. He just had his original MCV and he moved them around, popping out bases, units, and putting pressure on 5 aces. So that's quality play. However, here's a nice attack. The Gatekeeper decides to retreat, but then decides to attack again, and I think he sent in his previous mini tanks a little too early. They were all destroyed, and 5 aces apparently had a bunch of APCs waiting behind the curtains, and he sends them in and killing the entire attack force. I think Gatekeeper could have gotten a bit more out of it if he didn't retreat for a second, but just kept on pushing and attacked the harvesters, for instance. But it's really easy for me to say such things because, as you all know, when you're playing, it's split-second decisions that are much harder to do. However, so 5 aces had a couple heavy blows, and Gatekeeper is putting up a lot of pressure. But 5 aces is a really good player, and he only surrenders when it's time to surrender, and now is not the time. He fights back ferociously, and he has as Gatekeeper will discover right now, a sizable army. The group of APCs, very dangerous for the infantry, and they immediately retreat, but they also scatter very nicely. And there are just enough rocket infantry to pick off the APCs. And what looked quite good for 5 aces, well, changed in a couple seconds, and here comes the artillery to also support it, and not much is left from 5 aces army. Alas. Meanwhile, Gatekeeper is still keeping the pressure on the natural expansion of 5 aces, preventing him from again expanding there. So that's a good move. However, 5 aces does want to expand. He moves his MCV there. One of the harvesters getting picked off. But, well, as said, 5 aces hangs in quite strong. He really, in this game, he really attacked Gatekeeper relentlessly, even though he was in the ropes as well, being pushed back from the expansion, of natural expansion, and also being attacked on his second expansion. But he fought quite hard. So as I was saying before, you can again nominate plays for the Season 3. If you see a game in the Red Alert Global League Season 3 that you think was a good game, go to the Sleipnir forum, let me know, I'll edit. If you can download all the replays from the file server that is hosted by JSKCS. So go to the Sleipnir forum, find the file server, download the games, watch them, and let me know if there were some good ones. Meanwhile, Gatekeeper is attacking the extra base by 5 aces, and things are starting to look very difficult. There's enough critical mass to push away 5 aces and he's forced to sell off everything, including his construction yard. Well, and then there's the final battle for this expansion. Everything is getting picked off. A sizable army is attacking 5 aces. And as said, the map's called Windstorm, and it has many changes. And I think for the good, the map is way more fun, I think, with all the new changes and then in its new way. And it allows for much more diverse games. So that's nice. And by now this is the end of the game. 5 aces tries to push one more time. He has his Tesla coil ready, but Gatekeeper has his army ready. And I don't think this will last that much longer. EX picking off a bunch of units, picking off the artillery. So Gatekeeper was nominated for his risky MCV movement. He never built a surface depot, and instead he made some risky moves with his MCV that have paid off. I applaud your game, and on to the 5th nominee. It's Wean versus Orb. Wean in yellow and Orb in blue. Both are quality players for sure. I know Wean is in the Minions division, and I'm not sure if Orb is still playing in the Global League. Apologies for that. But the game is on the Northwest Passage, the much hated map, but apparently it gives fun games. Wean decides to harass with a light tank, but Orb has some rocket infantry ready, so Wean can block off the refinery. And as we see, the light tank didn't spot the MCV moving out. But unfortunately for Orb, the MCV will run into some infantry. So his early expanding move has been spotted, and he is forced to put up camp there. But it's well, a very decent place in between 2 Orb patches. So why not? And fast forward a little bit, Orb is mining, and he has a small army and attacks Wean on his main base. And quite a successful attack, picking off a pillbox, picking off the service depot, delaying technology for Wean, and well, attacking a harvester as well. So I would say, even though Orb loses his entire army, I would say this is quite a successful attack. And so Orb was nominated because at this time it's looking well, a little difficult for Wean. Another army is being composed by Orb, and it's gathering on the front porch, attacking harvesters, harassing harvesters. One refinery in south was blocked, and Orb has his expansion running, while Wean has some trouble mining, and he has lost his service depot. So he is a little bit behind in technology, and well, he has virtually no map control, while Orb does have map control. He's out with 1 expansion and is actually going for a 2nd expansion. Wean does try to counterattack, but it's not enough. All the small forces being picked off. And here we see the 2nd expansion. So it's by the way, I said Wean was behind in technology, but that's not true, because Orb doesn't have a service depot at this time. So that's still the original MCV we see. And well, but Orb does have a big army, perhaps not attack, but he does have a big army, and he has the map control. And here he discovers an expansion by Orb. Orb builds a pillbox, but the guy immediately deserts the pillbox, probably because he Wean unpacked his undeployed his MCV and had the pillbox selected as well. But that didn't matter because the army was too strong anyway. So Wean is in a tough spot. He's in the ropes, I would say, but he does have a lot of MCVs. And well, in the current release, the MCV is being nerfed. It's I think those changes are made. It's made less fast and a bit more expensive, because apparently it was just too cheap and to spam them. Orb has a small army south to put a bit of pressure there, and meanwhile Wean is forced to the outer ring of the map to harvest a little bit there. And well, he tries to base push, but Orb tries to get something done. Unfortunately for him, there's a pillbox and artillery waiting, so that small army has to retreat. And here Wean tries to base push with an offensive or refinery, and well, that draws a lot of fire from it tanks just fine. It draws a lot of fire from Orb, while Wean has his artillery and returns fire, and basically forcing Orb to retreat here. So Orb has been pushing a lot, but his main MCV is destroyed here, and Wean, well, basically he did a great comeback. He was in the ropes all the time, but one big engagement, and that was the most important engagement. Orb, GG's, and it's end of the game. And on to the last nominee of the play of the season for season 2. Again, Gatekeeper has been nominated, and I've sped up this video because even though MCVs were too fast, they're not that fast, and this will be a very short nominee. It's against Medium Tank, and Medium Tank moves his MCV to a place people often move their MCV to, and Gatekeeper seems to do the same thing. He also moves his MCV, but instead he doesn't stop there but keeps on going. Meanwhile, he has denied the oil derrick from being captured, and Gatekeeper just moves his MCV all the way up to the main base. I think he had tried out this tactic a couple times before. Medium Tank does build a Ranger, and he spots some infantry and some civilians, but he's unlucky not to spot the construction yard. But he won't have to spot it, because it won't take long before he will know the hard way. And there you go. Gatekeeper has a turret ready, much stronger than the pillbox. The Medium Tank does micro his pillboxes, as you can see, because the rocket infantry was picked off. And here Medium Tank decides to retreat. The Harvesters are under attack, and he gets shot right at the entrance, preventing the MCV from retreating to the original spot, and he loses. Medium Tank says MVP, Harvester, and well, that's the last nominee. It's a funny little thing, and I'm curious, do you think Medium Tank would be able to get out of his original position if he was able to retreat there, or would Gatekeeper have won the game anyway? Let us know in the comments. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed watching these videos. And as said, go to the Sleipnir forum, vote on your favorite nominee, And let me know if you see a great game in Season 3, so we can use that for the third season nominees. Vote for your favorite and we'll hand out $20 to the winner of this game. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye bye.